Hello everyone and welcome to MRU E-Learning powered by Mallareddy University, Hyderabad. I'm Dr. Shazia Khan, Associate Professor, and today we are exploring something all of you use every single day, even when you don't realize it. Yes, we're talking about the unspoken language, non-verbal communication. This is the language of your body speaks, your face speaks, your posture speaks, even before your mouth does. Now take a moment and sit comfortably. This session is going to be practical, fun, and full of small insights that you can immediately use in your everyday life. Whether you are a learner, an aspirant preparing for interviews, or someone who wants to build a confident and strong presence in the professional world. Let's get started. Let us start with understanding what nonverbal communication is. It often decides how people feel about you long before they hear your first sentence. Think about it. You met someone for the first time. Within seconds, your mind forms an impression. Confident, nervous, friendly, or distracted. None of this came from words. It came from their unspoken signals. My goal today is to help you all understand those signals and use them in a way that works for you, not against you. Today, let's take a peek at what we will learn today. Here, what we are going to explore together. What nonverbal communication is, how learners use body language, how you can impress interviewers without saying a single word, mistakes learners often make, how to correct those mistakes, cultural difference in nonverbal cues, activities you can practice anytime, how nonverbal signals can shape your identity as professional, and of course, how you use postures and voice to look confident even when you feel nervous inside. By the end of this session, you'll know how to carry yourself in a way that reflects confidence, even if your heart is beating fast. You'll also be able to read people better, understand situations faster, and present your true personality with more clarity. Let's move forward, which brings us to understand its importance. First, nonverbal communication in leadership establishes authority and credibility. Nonverbal cues such as postures and eye contact play a crucial role in establishing leaders' authority. A confident stance and steady gaze conveys strength and decisiveness, making team members more likely to respect and follow their leader's direction. It also enhances message delivery. Effective nonverbal communication enhances the delivery of message by aligning body language with verbal content. This synergy ensures clarity and helps prevent misunderstanding, allowing leaders to communicate their vision and goal more powerfully. It also builds rapport and trust. Building effective rapport and trust is essential for collective leadership. Nonverbal skills such as active listening and appropriate facial expression and welcoming body language creates a supportive atmosphere, fostering strong connections between leaders and team members. Let's imagine a small example. Two learners walk into a room for an interview. Learner A walks in with a calm pace, shoulders relaxed, eyes forward, gives a small nod. Learner B walks in quite quickly, heads down, gripping with their files tightly, avoiding eye contact. Both have said nothing, but the room already has two impressions. One looks prepared, the other looks worried. This is the power of nonverbal cues. It includes postures, gestures, eye contact, facial expression, the tone of your voice, even the way you sit when you think no one is watching. Trust me, your body speaks loudly. Moving on, let's understand why it matters for you. Nonverbal communication matters because people make quick judgments. Just imagine a group presentation. Even before a single slide changes, the audience has already formed ideas based on how the presenters are standing. Are they steady? Are they fidgeting? Are they smiling? Are they serious? Before a word is spoken, an impression is made. And the same thing happens in leadership and interviews. Your body becomes your introduction. Now, let us understand body language. First, we understand it as open versus closed body language. Open body language characterized by uncrossed arms and legs, relaxed postures, and facing the speaker promotes approachability and trust. In contrast, Close body language, such as crossed arm or avoidance of eye contact, can signal defensiveness or discomfort, which may hinder effective communication. The power of mirroring involves subtly mimicking another person's body language, which can enhance rapport and connection. It often leads to increased trust and comfort in conversation as it signals empathy and understanding between participants. Reading body language. To effectively read others' body language, one must observe various cues such as postures, gestures, and facial expressions. Understanding these signals can provide valuable insights into people's emotion and intentions, facilitating better communication, which brings us to the science behind first impression. Researchers say that it takes only a few seconds for someone to form an opinion about you. Not a full opinion, but enough to create a feeling. A leader walking into a meeting, a learner entering a classroom, an aspirant entering an interview room, everyone is sending signals. These impressions are shaped by postures, eye contact, facial expression, clothing and grooming, energy level, even silence. Let's be honest, silence can sometimes speak louder than words. Now moving on to the types of nonverbal communication. Here are the main categories. First is facial expression, then comes gesture, next posture, eye contact, voice tone, space and distance, appearance, touch, time, and pauses. Each of these affects how people understand you. Your face is your emotional display screen. Now let us discuss about facial expression at length. Facial expressions are universal language. They convey emotions across cultures. Research identifies 6 basic emotions: happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, fear, and disgust that are recognized globally. The universality underscores the power of facial cues in communication, making them essential for leaders and professionals to understand and utilize effectively. Now understand significance of microexpression. Microexpressions are brief involuntary facial expression that occurs within a fraction of a second and reveals true emotions that individuals may be attempting to conceal. Understanding microexpressions can significantly enhance interpersonal communication as they often provide invaluable cues about others' feelings and intentions. Think about it. When someone says, "I'm fine," but their face clearly says otherwise, which one do you believe? The face. In interview, neutral but friendly expressions work well. In leadership, clarity and calmness helps. For example, imagine a team member explaining a problem. If a leader keeps a blank face, the team member may feel unheard. A simple nod or relaxed expression can change the whole conversation. Next is eye contact. In leadership, eye contact shows trust. In interviews, it shows sincerity. In teamwork, it shows respect. Too much eye contact becomes staring. Too little becomes avoidance. Aim for natural eye movement. Look at the person. Look away briefly and then return. Imagine someone speaking without once looking up. It creates distance, isn't it? Eye contact pulls people into your message. Next, we have posture as one of the strongest signals of confidence. Now, there is a difference between sitting upright and grounded. Sliding into the chair with half-dropped spine. One says, "I'm alert," and the other says, "I'm exhausted." Good postures doesn't mean stiff. It means open and ready. When preparing for interview or presentation, practice standing tall. Your mind actually becomes more confident when your body takes a confident shape. Next is gestures. Gestures give life to your words. Now, they are important because they are emblems and they're culturally specific gestures. Emblems are gestures that have specific, widely understood meaning within a given culture. For instance, a thumbs up signifies approval. In many cultures, while a thumbs down indicates disapproval, understanding these gestures can help in clear communication and avoiding misunderstanding. They also work as illustrators, enhancing verbal communication, as that accompanies verbal communication to provide additional context or emphasis. For example, using hand movements to indicate size or direction enhances the message being conveyed. The synchronization of gesture and speech makes the communication more engaging and understandable. They also act as regulators, which controls your interaction. Regulators are gestures that controls the flow of conversation, indicating when to speak, pause, or listen. Nodding while someone else is speaking signals attentiveness, while raising a hand can indicate a desire to contribute. Understanding and utilizing regulators can improve interaction in both formal and informal settings. Use them too much, you look dramatic. Use them too little, you look stiff. Balance is the key. When explaining ideas, small hand movements help keep your listeners engaged. Imagine someone explaining a project with their hands stuck tightly by their side. The message feels incomplete. But controlled gestures make you appear confident. Next, let us take a look at the proxemics, the use of space. Proxemics refer to the study of how personal space influences interaction. Awareness of spatial dynamics can significantly enhance communication effectiveness, fostering comfort and understanding in both professional and personal setting. Now, let us understand the voice beyond words. Even when you use word, the way you speak is nonverbal. That includes your tone, pitch, speed, and pauses. A calm tone builds trust. A clear tone shows clarity. A shaky tone shows nervousness. And that's normal. But practice helps. Even during interviews, the pace of your speech matters. If you rush, the message gets lost. If you pause, the message sinks in. With that in mind, let us move on and understand how leaders use nonverbal communication. Strong leaders understand the unspoken language very well. They use open postures to appear approachable, steady eye contact to show sincerity, clear gestures to emphasize goals, calm tone to manage tense situation, strategic pauses to create impact. Imagine a leader announcing a big decision. If their voice shakes, their posture collapses, or their hands fidget, the team will feel uncertain. Leadership is not about what is said, but how it is said. Understanding cultural difference is very important because nonverbal signals are not the same everywhere. Eye contact may mean confidence in one culture and disrespect in another. A thumbs up may be positive in some countries and offensive in others. Personal space varies widely. When working in global environments or multinational companies, cultural awareness becomes important. This helps you communicate respectfully and avoid misunderstandings. Around 55% of global professionals believe cultural difference creates misunderstanding in communication. Around 70% of communication is nonverbal, highlighting the need for cultural understanding. Around 25% of respondents have experienced misinterpretation due to cultural nonverbal difference. And that is why it is important to understand the significance of nonverbal communication. Now, coming to nonverbal communication in interviews, here's something interesting that every aspirant should know. Many interviewers decide whether a candidate is confident even before they begin speaking. The moment you enter the room, the evaluation silently starts. What they observe is how you walk in, your greetings, your sitting posture, your facial expression, your eye contact, and your energy. A good entrance creates a good beginning. Which brings us to the first 30 seconds of an interview. Now imagine two aspirants entering an interview. Aspirant A enters calmly, greets politely, sits only when invited, and maintains steady postures. Aspirant B rushes in, drops the file, apologizes repeatedly, and sits too quickly. Both may have equal knowledge, but the room already knows who appears more prepared. This is the hidden truth of interviews. Nonverbal communication often sets the tone, which brings us to the common mistakes learners make. Now let us talk about mistakes because we all make them. For example, avoiding eye contact, fidgeting with pens, hair, or clothes, sitting too casually, speaking too softly or too fast, forced smiles, closed off postures, nervous leg shaking. These habits don't make you a bad candidate. They make you human. But with awareness, you can change them. Next, let us take a look at practical tips for effective nonverbal communication, which can help you to correct the mistakes that we just discussed. For example, if you avoid eye contact, practice looking at people's eyebrows or nose bridge. If you fidget, keep your hands rested lightly on your lap or on the table. If your posture collapses, sit grounded, lean slightly forward, and if you talk too fast, add small pauses between sentences. If you smile nervously, breathe once before speaking. Small adjustments such as these create big differences. Now, let us discuss about building confidence through nonverbal cues. Power poses, which involves adopting expansive and open body positions, have been shown to increase feelings of confidence and decrease stress. Research suggests that holding a power pose for just 2 minutes can enhance your self-esteem and improve your performance in high-pressure situations such as interviews or presentation. Next is breathing technique for anxiety reduction. Breathing techniques such as deep diaphragmatic breathing helps manage anxiety and calm the nervous system. Practicing these techniques before an important meeting can significantly enhance focus and reduce feelings of stress, allowing you to communicate more effectively. Next comes visualization technique for success. Visualizing success involves mentally picturing yourself achieving your goal and succeeding in your interaction. This technique not only prepares your mind for success, but also influences your nonverbal cues, making you appear more confident and self-assured in real-life situations. Which brings us to building your nonverbal persona. Remember, every person has nonverbal personality. Some people naturally appear energetic, some appear calm, some appear serious, some appear cheerful. There is no right or wrong. The idea is not to copy someone else. The idea is use your natural style and refine it. You don't have to be loud to show confidence. You don't have to force smiles to look friendly. Authenticity is powerful. Next, we are going to discuss some activities or practices that can improve your nonverbal skills. Here are some small exercises that you can try with or after this session. First is the mirror exercise. Mirror practice: stand in front of a mirror, observe your posture, shoulder level, and facial expression. It helps you relax and realign. Next is video recording and analysis. Recording your practice session to evaluate your nonverbal cues and identify areas for improvement also helps you. Partner feedback session: engaging with peer to receive constructive feedback on your nonverbal communication skills also helps you. Along with that, the chair test can also help you with where you sit on a chair as if you are attending an interview. Notice your back, your hands, and your eye movement. The voice exercise will also help you to overcome the mistakes. Record your voice for 10 seconds, listen to your tone and pace, and if you find any discrepancy, please correct them. The walk-in exercise is also very important, where you practice entering a room with intention. Calm pace, relaxed shoulders, these small practices build strong habits. Even silence and eye contact can create a connection. This is the magic of nonverbal communication. Moving on to understand linking of nonverbal cues to professional identity. Every time you speak, present, enter a meeting, or attend an interview, your nonverbal cues silently build your reputation. Over time, people begin to trust your presence. A confident presence is not loud, it is consistent. The power of pauses is very important to understand, and let's try to understand them by this small activity. Say the sentence in your mind, I believe I can do this. Now say it with a pause. I believe I can do this. The second version feels stronger, isn't it? Pauses create impact. Pauses can create confidence. Now, let us understand how nonverbal communication and skills are important by looking at some case studies. In 2020, Barack Obama exemplified effective eye contact and open body language to foster a sense of connection during his speeches, enhancing audience engagement. In 2018, Oprah Winfrey utilized expressive gestures and facial expression to convey empathy and authenticity during interviews, strengthening her rapport with guests. In 2016, Richard Branson's relaxed body language and approachable demeanor during public appearances helped establish his leadership style as accessible and friendly. In 2015, Angela Merkel's subtle yet effective use of posture conveyed confidence and authority, making her presence felt in international discussion. And last but not the least, in 2014, Nelson Mandela's calm demeanor and steady eye contact when addressing audience inspired trust and conveyed his commitment to reconciliation. One of the most important aspects of nonverbal communication is about your journey from nervous to confident. Now let us understand that by the role of nonverbal communication. First, it is important because it enhances collaboration, resolves conflicts, and builds team cohesion. Confidence is not about absence of fear. It is about the presence of control. Even when your heart beats fast, your body can send a steady message. Your shoulders can be calm. Your breath can be steady. Your voice can be clear. Your body can say, I am ready, even when my mind or your mind is worried. And that's what interviewers and leaders notice. As we approach the end of today's session, let us bring everything together. So today we have explored the meaning of nonverbal communication, leadership cues, interview signals, mistakes and their fixes, cultural variation, practical exercises. Notice how all these topics connect. They all serve one purpose, helping you all express your best self without even speaking. Nonverbal communication is not about perfection. It is about awareness. Once you are aware of your body language, everything becomes easier. From interaction to interviews to teamwork, even leadership. Understand it this way. Your body has always been talking. Now it will speak with intentions. Thank you all for being a part of this session. I hope this helps you walk into your next interview, presentation, or leadership roles with quite sense of confidence. Remember, your words tell your story, but your body introduces you. Stay confident, stay aware, and keep growing in the unspoken language. Thank you.